I walked around to 14, 15 weeks, 56 studios and production companies. I actually walked around. And I got to Dick Clark Productions. Yeah? And showed up with the resume. This is in the olden days. Okay? Showed up with the resume. The office manager happened to be there that day. She came out. We sat. This is on Sunset Boulevard. We sat on the bench. She said, "Oh, master's degree. Good." She said, "I may have something in the summer." And indeed she did. And the fact that I had a master's degree allowed me to make $125 an hour and 25 cents a mile as a runner. But I was in. I was part of the culture. 2 weeks later, he got the deal with ABC for the 25th anniversary of American Bandstand, a 2-hour primetime special, okay? And I suddenly was making $300 a week, and what started out as 2 weeks of work worked into a year and a half of work, okay? Because I was there. Yeah? Need to be there. Be part of that culture, so you're one of us, okay? Oh, and then what happens is that you keep going to the meetings. Have you met so-and-so? This person's going to change your life, actually. But you had to be there. And because I introduced you, and we're old friends, and I say you're cool, we're good. I do this all the time. And people like to do that. Everybody thinks they're like an A&R executive. You know, I found this fabulous piece of talent. You gotta, you know, makes you feel good. You get to give back, okay? And then, of course, you owe me. Really. It's not stated, you know, if I get you this job, you owe me. But I now have an opening at whatever company it is this person works for, so I can call you and you love me because I got you your job. Yeah? What you need is door openers. That's what it is. And people don't open doors unless they know you. And once they know you and love you, won't you do anything for your friends? Now you're in a position of power, okay, to really do good for other people. And it's an awesome feeling to be able to do that. And now it's done for me too, but I get to do it for other people. Now you should know I love to hook people up. I've done it for years, okay, like that, all right? So go make friends. Yeah.
So once again, another thing that the media really likes is big mouths. Like I guess if, for example, if you take like a Kanye West type where they will say literally anything that comes into their head, or people who are very political, or people who typically take really controversial stances. Like say early on in your career, there are things that you care about that you want to take a stance on, like Ferguson or the war or any number of really like tense issues. How do you do that without jeopardizing your career, essentially? How do you speak out about the things you care about without isolating people and without potentially like killing yourself from the gate out?
You would be what as in the job market? What would you be doing?
Being a producer, an actor.
Okay, you probably won't start off as a producer.
Yeah.
Okay, I see this a lot. Resumes on leadership skills. They're not hiring leaders. Okay, they're hiring soldiers. Go get a job as a soldier. Down the line, you can work up to leader. Yeah. So you're doing grunt work. You're at a network. Okay. No one's interested in your opinions, political or otherwise. Be a good soldier. Follow orders. Okay. Don't get that. That's not what the media is looking for, particularly. Okay. Yeah. So just get in there and smile and be cooperative. And that's a separate thing. Don't make enemies, okay? You say something political, somebody's going to get upset. You think you're right, somebody's going to get upset. That could get in the way, okay? Just put it on the back burner, really, okay? Michael Jordan's line, you know, who was it, Tiger Woods? Somebody who asked him about being political, and he said, Republicans wear sneakers too. Okay? So don't make enemies. You do that, you'll get the reputation as a big mouth, not interested. Okay, this new girl, she's got a big mouth. I got it. I respect whatever your political opinions are, not in the workplace. Not yet. Okay? When you're a big shot producer, you can host an event for the new presidential candidate at your fabulous home in Bel Air. Okay? Then you can come out as a Democrat, Republican, whatever it is you happen to be. At that point, you may be somewhat beyond that, but when you're starting out, don't make trouble. She's a pain in the butt. Not interested. Okay? They're not in the political business. Television, radio, for the most part, they're basically marketing. That's what it's about. For me, the programs are incidental. They're selling stuff. And the programs that would fill the space between commercials. So they don't want anything that's going to alienate any of their listeners or viewers. They're just not. Okay? Unless you're working for a niche thing like HuffPost or Fox, okay, where you best be a Republican and you best be a Democrat. That's different.
Well, this is why Stephen Colbert is going to change. He's not going to be Stephen Colbert when he becomes...
yes, host of The Tonight Show.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be Stephen Colbert, but he's not going to be that persona.
Yeah.
He's going to be very vanilla compared to what you're used to seeing with Stephen Colbert. That personality is going to expire when he takes over for Letterman. It's going to be weird because you're going to see Colbert up there, but he's not going to be Colbert.
And probably pronounced Colbert.
When he takes on a different role, he's going into a non-political space, so he won't be able to be what he was. And it's for his personal brand. It extends his brand, but he has to change to do it.
Okay, so
at that level.
While I love your outspokenness and the great energy, okay, I don't want you to get your head chopped off.
Oh no, I wouldn't say something like I wouldn't be deliberately incendiary. It's just there's if you ever got in a conversation about I mean I don't even have an opinion on those things. I don't have enough information about them. I'm still learning, but like things like Ferguson or whatever, like where I have a very definite stance. I wouldn't blurt it out, but if someone engaged me in a conversation, I would most certainly take a stance.
Okay.
Well, I work for Audible.com. Okay, I read the Wall Street Journal every night. That's my job. That's what I do. Every night I have to say, "Can you believe what Obama did today?" That kind of thing. In the editorial, I read the editorial. It's one of the 11 stories I read every night. Okay? But I have to leave my politics outside. I'm not anti-Obama. Okay, but I can't. When I go inside as Rupert's spokesman, I'm reading Rupert's stuff. I figure Rupert has to give his money to somebody. Might as well give it to me. I leave my politics outside the door. I think I'm laughing up my sleeve that Rupert's giving, this old formerly woolly-headed liberal weirdo his money because I'm reading very anti kind of my point of view on most things. But I'm paid to read that, so I read it. My politics are my politics outside. My job is something else.
Yeah. So don't think of it as selling out.
Oh yeah.
Think of it as renting out.
Renting out. That's good. I like that. Renting out.
That's a Lily Tomlin line.
That's a great line.
Yeah, you're renting out. You're not selling out. Yeah. Okay? It's just not appropriate then. I want you to have a career and not be brand again, as this troublemaking loudmouth with her politics on her sleeve and we don't want her working here. No, not that.
Once you get in, you will probably find that a lot of those people have exactly the same views you do, but they don't share them in the workplace because they can't. So it's about getting into the workplace and embedding yourself, and then once you're part of the family, things can happen, and you may be able to affect change later. But you got to get in first. Who else has a question of a career nature for Dr. Chaz? Anyone? Anyone else? Come on up.
Come on down, as Monty Hall used to say. Also, someone my grandmother told me about.
That's cool. All right. I kind of want to know what was like your favorite career. You said you had like multiple careers along the time. I want to know what's like the best career you had, and as a future music producer, any kind of advice you got for me?
Best career, probably the one now. Okay, and see me in 10 years, I'll have a more fun career. Okay, they were all great in their own way, and one of my students, I have a long version of this, which is like 65, 70 slides. I cut it down for here. But one of my students along the way gave me the term called the cumulative positive, meaning everything you've done in your life makes you better at what you're going to do next. Nothing's wasted, okay? So they've all made me better at what I do now, all the time in sales and PR and all the different things I've done, okay? TV stuff, all that. As far as music producer goes, are you studying music here?
I wish they still had the program. I'm doing it on my own. It's
Okay.
not bad. I'm learning a lot of things on my own.
I would suggest some formal training in music production, okay? And I came from Musicians Institute, which is one school you can go to. I also know people at SAE, the School of Audio Engineering in Hollywood. I would suggest some formal training there. Now, it's not just the training, it's who you're going to meet. Okay? It's who you're going to meet there. Yeah? So if you want to contact me, my email address is on that sheet. Okay? I can turn you on. I know the Dean of Education at SAE, specifically for audio engineering. And you can go talk to them and find out. Okay? But that's what I would do. Same as her. Okay? Immerse yourself in your field. Be around other audio engineers, other producers. Okay? And you'll learn stuff and you'll make contacts and they like you, they'll refer you for work and suddenly you're working in the field. Which is the point. Yes? Yeah. Hold on.
What's the most valuable thing you learned working for someone like Dick Clark?
Most valuable thing I learned from working for someone like Dick Clark, God. Well, one of the most valuable things was I learned what a genius he is, or he was, for vanilla television. I sat with him in editing bays at 4:30 in the morning, okay, while we cut specials and series, okay? And I got to see his genius for how it works. Now, it was horrible to work for, by the way, okay? Really horrible. But his knowledge and his genius for programming on television was superb. So just being around that, I absorbed a lot, okay? You want to be in there actually doing it with the people who can inspire you and mentor you and train you and teach you. Yeah? You learn from them just through osmosis, just being there, okay? You want to be there, be inside, okay? And then you move up. You make friends, you move up. Okay, there you go.
Lucia.
Yes, I had a question about, do you think an internship is valuable if, as a way to make contacts
Yeah,
as well as
absolutely.
what you
Yes.
told her about
Absolutely.
association?
For my dissertation, when you do a doctoral dissertation, you have to do a survey. And I did a survey of 3 groups of people to talk about career training at the college level. And overwhelmingly, they said the most important thing that they had in their lives in college, in terms of preparing for the workforce, was an internship. You get to date the company before you marry them. You get to see what the culture's like. And if you want to work there, like you date somebody and go, oh, what was I thinking of? They're awful.